The loss of a loved one can be extremely difficult to deal with.
But for some, it can turn into a mental health problem. And CBS 2's Dr. Max Gomez tells us about a new therapy for what's called complicated grief. Dr. Max?
That's right, Maurice and Christine. The intense grief after the loss of a loved one can often look like depression, and sometimes it is depression. But treatments designed for depression don't always help what's called complicated grief. Here's a new therapy. When Iris Paley's 26-year-old son Jeremy died in a car crash, she says her grief was overwhelming.
You keep thinking about the same person over and over and over again.
She tried therapy, but it didn't help.
I just knew that this was not normal.
Iris was suffering from complicated grief. People with the mental health problem experience very intense longing and sadness and have difficulty functioning.
A lot of kind of preoccupying thoughts and memories of the person who died, and a very strong tendency to avoid, at the same time, to avoid reminders of the loss.
Dr. Catherine Shear led a new study at Columbia University that had patients repeatedly visualize the moment they learned their loved one died. They found the new approach worked much better than traditional depression therapy, where the patient discusses mood and present relationships rather than reliving the loss.
The therapist is there with them and also helps them right afterwards to kind of reflect on that experience and to start to reflect on the meaning of the death.
After struggling with her grief for 6 years, a friend of Iris's son suggested she take part in the study. She says the treatment has finally helped her cope.
Jeremy's not here. He's not coming back. And the only thing I can do is live and honor him by being the best person I know how to be.
The Columbia researchers say complicated grief is an under-recognized mental health problem that probably affects millions of Americans, many of them elderly. Depression therapy does work for some, but this new approach is twice as successful, an important improvement for grief sufferers. Maurice, Christine?
And a welcome one, Dr. Max. Thank you.